Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 5 Reunion Special Part 2. I'm gonna do this real fast because I'm starving. I am so hungry. I gotta go eat. It was only really 2 main points made last night. So anyway, it's gonna be pretty fast. But anyway, let's get to it. So I think that we all will agree that this was a get some shit off your chest night for Nene. They pretty much gave Nene the stage and let her... Yeah, it was like pretty much all about Nene. Candi had some parts in it too, but yeah, for the most part it was Nene. She's been holding on to this anger with Phaedra for the longest, and I know that a lot of us never really understood why these two never really got along, why Nene was always so bitter with Phaedra. This kind of episode kind of let you know about the shit that goes on behind the scenes, off the screen, off season, shit that can go down that can make you hate a person, basically, because Nene pretty much has not liked Phaedra from that first season. None of us really knew why. Well, I guess we know why now. Andy is talking to Nene about how she just seemed to be different this season and how she was just happy. It was obvious that she's just enjoying the fact that she ain't up in no shit like everybody else, because she's always been wrapped up pretty much in some kind of turmoil every season, and this season was just the one where she was able to kind of sit back. I guess she kind of turned the other cheek, kind of got over some of her issues with everybody, at least on camera, and just kind of enjoyed herself. So, you know, she said the same thing. She's in a good spot. She's happy with life and all of that. You guys, we already know. I was actually really surprised that Bravo kind of gave her the stage and let her just kind of take over, like the first 30 minutes of the reunion. It was almost like she sat down with the bigwigs and was like, I got to say what I'm gonna say, okay? And they let her do it. So Nene starts going on and on about how Phaedra's this low down dirty dog, okay, and how she do some low down dirty shit, you know, to her in the background that nobody really knows about. Phaedra was just like, well, what have I done that was so low down and dirty, Nene? And I was like, it was the perfect setup. She walked her pregnant 8-month ass right up into that read, and really, I can't even call it a read. That shit was more like a verbal tongue lash, and she got the hell beat out of her, but just from some words. And poor Phaedra, you guys, she couldn't even recover from it. Okay, so they go back to the whole thing with Marlo. You guys know that Marlo was brought onto the show by Phaedra. Remember when the season started last season? And she was talking about how she was good friends with Marlo and Charles Grant, and that, you know, she's, you know, high up in the society here out here in Atlanta or whatever, and that's why she wanted her to be on the show. Supposedly they worked out together and all of this shit. We all had heard different rumors about Nene and Charles Grant supposedly messing around when her and Greg was broke up, but the whole thing backfired on Phaedra for 3 reasons. First reason is because Charles Grant and Nene both admitted that nothing happened between the two of them. Secondly, Marlo and Nene hit it off really well and ended up being friends. Third, because nobody believed that Charles Grant and Marlo was together in the first fucking place. Charles Grant is too black, too broke, too big, too unattractive for Marlo. Okay, we know Marlo likes more of the white, old man, rich, old money rich type of man, and she ain't got no fucking time for no damn triceratops that is Charles Grant with his fucking crazy looking ass. No. So I think Phaedra realized that it was a mistake bringing her on. And not really a mistake, because hell, I think we all enjoyed Marlo. Shit, I wish they would bring her back. But you know, you can't burn them bridges with the gays. You can't talk about the gays. Especially when Andy is like head gay honcho around Bravo. Okay, so... didn't really work out too well for Marlo. But anyway, y'all, the real beatdown was when Nene finally confronted her about going to talk to her half-sisters out in Athens. Okay, so you guys know that they're from Athens, Georgia. Evidently, Nene has some half-sisters. I don't know where they lived exactly, because Nene was saying they were from New York, but then they were in Athens. Supposedly, Phaedra went and, you know, got in touch with the half-sisters and was trying to pull up some dirt on Nene. Nene wasn't having it, okay? She was just like, what the fuck would you even go back and talk to my sisters, okay? Even my half-sisters. At the end of the day, they are my blood. They're gonna tell me what the hell went on. You are stupid. You are not smart to think that you was gonna get away with something like that. What was you thinking that you were gonna get from that, Phaedra? Y'all, if that Phaedra face didn't get so cracked and on the ground, I mean, she didn't have shit to say. I mean, she got to looking down at the ground, and the face was a little bit of quivering, the eyes was doing something strange and everything. I was just like, somebody get the fucking pregnant lady a glass of water. I could tell she was not expecting that. I mean, that must have happened a few seasons ago, at least not last season, maybe the break before last season started. So I'm sure Phaedra was not thinking that Nene was going to bring that up, because if she was going to bring it up at any time, it would have been at the last reunion. So this shit must have caught Phaedra off guard. She was so not prepared for that. So it was real foul of Phaedra to do some shit like that, because like Nene said, she said, listen, I'm on this show with you guys. I ain't got to like your ass, but I'm not trying to take your motherfucking ass out. And Phaedra was looking at shit. She finally apologized, because it was nothing else she could do but apologize. She was wrong and she knew it. Okay, and it was just nothing else to say but I'm sorry, I apologize. Now, the whole thing is about semantics of whether or not they knew. What is the definition of no? Okay, I think all of this could have been avoided if Nene would just been like, I know of her, you know, I know she would, you know, around the city and stuff, but I don't know her, no, we not friends, I'm not calling her on the phone, stuff like that. But just to say flat out that she didn't know her, and Phaedra, you know, did know her, at least they knew of each other. And so that was what the whole, whether or not they knew each other, you know. But still, Phaedra's molded. For y'all, those of y'all out there who don't know what molded mean like your ass was looking real stupid when they finally told you about your damn self. We was worried about that Kenya knocking fucking Phaedra's teeth out. What we needed to be worried about was Nene. You know, if that damn Phaedra wasn't reaching for something stronger than a glass of wine after that shit was over, I know something. I bet you them nerves was fucked up after that. And the other part of the show, you guys, is when they brought Kim out, which they could have saved. I think I had done forgot that the child was even on the show. I mean, she was only on there for 4 or 5 episodes, but you know, it was just like, whatever. I really think that Bravo wanted to put her on the hot seat, okay? Because we all knew that Kim was full of shit about that trip to Anguilla and the fact that she was 28 weeks pregnant, and then it changed to 31, and then it changed to 32 weeks, all in one 30-minute session at the restaurant. I think Bravo just wanted to talk to her about it, because you know, everybody, like they said, we planned our whole trip around your dates. Those are the dates that you gave us, and that's what we planned. Okay, well, you know, Kim get to backtracking and saying shit like, well, you know, I'm pregnant and I'm not going to another country where, you know, they don't have good transportation, and it's, you know, I need to be able to have access to my doctors and whatever and all that, and that's fine. That's really understandable. However, that's not the shit that you were saying back then. Okay, so you done sat your ass down with somebody while the break was going on. They told you, you know, some logical shit like that. No, that wasn't a problem. And really, 28 weeks, you can still fly with no problem. Okay, the problem was you didn't want to go. Like Nene said, if you'd have been any kind of bitch, you would have said, I don't want to go with you guys. But, you know, she had to keep on hemming and hawing and backtracking and two-stepping around the fact that she didn't want to go on this trip because she was so pregnant. You know, Kim is one of them ones, y'all, I'm telling you, I can't stand them pregnant women that can't act like they can't do shit. They come in the room, they hold they back, they walking, swaying like a duck, you know, they breathing hard and shit. And it's like, bitch, you 3 months pregnant. Fuck, your stomach ain't even showing. I realize that there are some women that really have a hard time with their pregnancy, but for the most part, your pregnancy is easy. Your body is built to have a baby, okay? Yeah, you might be a little tired, you know, you might have to rest a little bit more, but damn, fuck, I worked all the way through my whole pregnancy, both Joe and Jada, okay? Wore heels every fucking day, okay? These people would always, they would kill me, you guys. They would be like, Roxanne, you shouldn't wear heels, you know, that's a strain on the baby. I was like, how's it a strain on the baby? The baby ain't got no heels on, I do. If anything, it was going to be a strain on my back, which it wasn't. I wore heels all the way to the end, and, you know, it was just like common sense. The days that I didn't feel like I wanted to wear some heels, then I didn't. Okay, but for the most part, I wore my heels. I wore whatever the hell I wanted to wear. I was still running to catch a little tram so I could, you know, ride up to my office and all of that. It wasn't, you know, just because I was pregnant, it was like, no, I can't stand y'all like some of y'all out there like that, huh? I can already tell some of y'all that way. Shit. And so, like I said, people have a hard time, but you can tell Kim was not one of those ones, okay? I mean, fuck, she had 2 babies within 2 years. She got 4 kids, okay? That fucking body is set up for a goddamn baby, okay? So it's not like, you know, I'm just... Girl, please. You know, she got to be having folks driving around all this. Okay, anyway. You know, that was full of shit Kim number 1. Full of shit Kim number 2 is when they got to talking about Candi's house. Okay, they let Candi, you know, have the floor pretty much. Because that shit was foul when Kim was talking about the fact that Candi's house was in a bad neighborhood and this, that, and the other. I done told you guys that everybody that lives in the north thinks that everybody that lives in the south is ghetto. Okay, it's just I've noticed that's the way it goes out here in Atlanta. Kim said it. I was going by my #1 Underground Railroad slave, that is Sweetie. She told me that it was a bad area, okay? But I don't understand why Kim wouldn't know that the shit that she was saying was offensive. You know, you were saying all these things. It was kind of like sly, kind of, you know, not really sure if you was really meaning it or if you was, you know, trying to be shady or what. Like, I wasn't really sure if I needed to be offended. I had a feeling I needed to be offended, but I wasn't really sure. Kim tried to, you know, kind of just, well, you know, what could I say? You know, I was just going by what Sweetie said, and, you know, how could I be mad at her? You know, she's got 2 homes. It's just like, bitch, say the fucking sorry and let that be that. You know, I hate when people just kind of don't really get to the apology. Okay, no, we want you to say, yeah, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said the shit. Okay, instead of all this excuses. But just like Nene said, it's a lot of ignorant ass people out there who don't know no better, okay? And I think Kim is a prime example of ignorant ass who don't know no damn better. They talked about the baby's name, Cash. I already told you guys I don't really like Cash name anyway, so I'm glad that Kim took the damn name. I want Candi to name the baby something else. Not that it matters what the hell I think Candi should name the baby. Kim had to bring the LLC paperwork, and girl, don't nobody believe you anyways. It's like, just say you took the name, okay? You should have just said it back then, like Candi said. But I'm so tired of Kim. Y'all ain't really nothing else to talk about with Kim. Now, the last little part was the whole little, you know, making up of Nene and Kim. Nene held back a bit, and I guess it's because of the fact that she realizes that she doesn't have to really be going off and screaming and yelling to get her point across. Everybody already knows that Kim is full of shit, like I said. So, you know, she just kind of let Kim sit there and say the shit that she said. You know, Kim had humbled it down quite a bit when it came to Nene, you know, and said that, you know, her life has been changed because of this show, and she can't always just stay mad at Nene because, you know, Nene brought her onto the show, told her about it. You know, she wouldn't have her 2 kids, she wouldn't have her new husband, she wouldn't have her new life, you know, she wouldn't be on her own show. She realizes that a lot of the shit that has happened that's good for her has been because of, in some kind of way, because of Nene. That was cool that she, you know, gave Nene her props. Nene, you know, appreciated that. You could tell from, you know, the way she was sitting in, and, you know, then I guess Andy was feeling the love in the room or something, so he told them to get up and hug each other. Get up, they hug each other. You know, Nene got the church pat. I was like, fuck, when you give another woman a church pat, you really don't give a fuck, okay? So I don't know if I think that Nene and Kim are the best friends that we thought. I think that Kim would like for their relationship to be mended more than Nene. Nene is probably feeling like she don't know if she wants to go there. I don't know if I blame her. It is sad that their friendship is, you know, is busted and messed up like this, but yeah, I mean, you know, shit happens, right? Life goes on. So that's it pretty much for the reunion special. Kenya tried to get her ass up in there a few times, but, you know, it was just like, Kenya, shut up. You ain't got shit to do with nothing that anybody talking about here, so just be quiet. But the next episode should be really, really good. We get the men on there, and I get to see what Apollo said to Kenya. Can't wait. Alright, you guys, so that's it. I'm about to go get me something to eat. Starving! Guys, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. My channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar below. Alright, so I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Look, I'm trying to hurry up and finish up. And I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.